Hi, it's Lisa Blaisdell. How are you on this Wednesday? It's the middle of the week. It's almost the middle of January. How are you doing, my friend? How are your New Year's intentions, goals working for you? I am here to share with you some insight around a topic that I believe plagues a lot of women, and especially women that are in business, because this is something that comes up for me all the time, and it may come up for you as well. So I want to share with you some tips of what has been working for me to help me stop telling myself stories in my head that are not true. Anybody have any stories in your head that you are telling yourself? Let me know in the comments if you are always having conversations with yourself about things that you mostly cannot do, or that you are not, or that you are afraid of, right? So if you're afraid of something, if you feel that you are not, this goes on and on and on. And I laugh, like with some of my dear friends, it's like, I think I'm having a conversation with myself all the time. So I wanted to share with you some of the things that have been working for me, and I'm going to guide you to some resources that may help you as well. So the first thing that you want to do, if you are telling yourself a story, especially around something that you can't do or that you're not good enough to do, I want you to, first of all, acknowledge it. Acknowledge that you are having this thought. The number one way that you can change something is by acknowledging that it's even happening. I think until we're aware of what is going on in terms of our thoughts and our behaviors, we can't change it unless we're aware. So awareness is key. So when you're having a conversation with yourself about something that you can't do, or something that you're not good enough to do, or that something is happening that, it's usually around something that you're not able to do, acknowledge it. Okay, so that's the first thing. This I have from Gabby Bernstein. I love her. I follow her. She's doing a 21-day manifestation challenge. It's really, really great. If you are a fan of Gabby Bernstein, tap into this teaching that she teaches. I give her full credit for this. She talks about just what I said. Acknowledge the thought, forgive the thought, okay? Forgive that story. Let yourself off the hook around the story, and choose a different thought. Choose a different story to tell yourself. I do this all day long. It's like, okay, I'm just going to forgive myself that I think I'm not good enough to do X, Y, Z. I'm too old to do X, Y, Z. I'm not, capable of doing X, Y, Z. And I'm going to choose a different thought. So that is really, really important, to constantly be choosing. Again, we get to decide what we're going to believe. We get to decide what we're going to think about. So that's number two. The third thing, and this has been helping me huge. For me, honestly, if I didn't have this, I don't know where I would be. But I am in a community of women who hold me accountable to these shitty rough drafts in my head. They hold me accountable to my negative stories that I'm telling myself, because I'm safe enough with them to get vulnerable and say, I'm thinking this, I'm feeling this way, I'm nervous about this, whatever it is. And I share. I share how I'm feeling with other people, trusted women that I partner with. And they call me out on my story. And if you don't have women in your life that you feel that you can do this with, I just want to encourage you to find them. Give me a call. I'll talk you out of that shitty story in your head. I will, because I have people that care enough about me to do that. And, we all deserve to have women in our lives that will be truth tellers, right? To be truth tellers, to tell us that the stories in our heads are just that. It's just a story, and to pick a different story. So surround yourself with people. I'll tell you a story, and then I'm going to share something with you. So my partner Tracy and I are working on a Facebook Live course. It's going to be coming to you very soon, the end of this month. And I was telling myself a story last week around this process that we're going through, that, I'm not good enough to be a part of it and all this and that. Just nonsense, really. And she called me out on my negative story. And it wasn't just to make me feel good or to, give me a boost, although, she did that. It was to, really be a truth teller in terms of that I was seeing it the wrong way. So often the stories that we tell ourselves is because we are looking at it from a different way. And there is a great line that says, if you change the way you look at something, the way that you look at something will change. So just remember these things, okay? Acknowledge that you're telling yourself a lousy story. Forgive yourself for telling yourself a lousy story, and choose a different thought, choose a different story. Find trusted advisors that will be there for you and that will call you out. Hi, Nicole, you're so sweet. Hi, Lindsay. And just really be intentional this year around redefining the stories in your head, around retelling yourself different stories. It is empowering to know that we can do this, and I will always be rooting for you to tell yourself a better story. If you are curious at all about Facebook Lives and getting better on Facebook Live, let me know that too. I can send you a tip sheet that we have, and we can let you know more about the course when it's ready. Appreciate you, and you deserve to tell yourself a great story. I'm so glad it helped you, Peggy. Have a great day, everybody.